Um, Congresswoman Holland, I'm going to have to begin with you here because your name
Mhm.
is in the news quite a bit at this moment. There appears to be a groundswell of voices saying that you should be named Interior Secretary in the incoming Biden administration. We're hearing it from progressive groups. We're hearing it from Hollywood A-listers who normally take all that much interest in who the Interior Secretary is. Uh, just this morning, Julian Castro tweeted, "It is unconscionable that a Native American has never served in the cabinet. That should change now." So my first question is, are you being vetted by the Biden transition team?
No, I am not being vetted. I mean, I think anyone who's being considered is being vetted to some degree, but I think they need to make the choice first before the vetting happens. What I'm doing right now is concentrating on making sure that our country can get past this terrible pandemic. I'll be very honest with you. This is an issue in Indian country. When we talk about Indian country, one of the most challenged communities because they don't have the infrastructure, they don't have the health care they need. We are working feverishly on that. What I will say about the Interior Secretary position is that our country has come a long way. Uh, I am so proud that Sharice Davids and I became the first Native women to serve in Congress. And I think it's wonderful that our country is progressing in that manner, that a cabinet level position for filled by a Native American is a conversation that we're having right now.
And could you talk a little bit about the Interior Department itself? Because I think a lot of people who live in cities, particular, think of the Interior Department as, parks. What is it about that agency and its mission that has particular relevance to Native American communities?
Sure. Well, of course, the national parks are part of the Interior Department. And Indian Affairs are also part of the Interior Department.
Okay.
And so when we think about our public lands, I'm the chairwoman of the subcommittee on national parks, forests, and public lands. When we think about our public lands, and the Interior Department manages all of those public lands, we have to include Native Americans in the conversation because this was all Indian country at one time. We've had several hearings during this term in Congress, bringing tribal leaders to the table to tell us why the cutting off of big swaths of Bears Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante, and why the blasting apart of sacred sites on the southern border to build Trump's border wall are an issue for Indian tribes. They deserve to be consulted when decisions about our public lands are made. And we've seen that play out in real time during this administration. And what happens when you don't consult tribes?